he did the Monster Mash.
The Monster Mash.
It was a graveyard smash.
He did the mash.
It caught on in a flash.
And welcome to our Halloween episode. As you can see, Dylan has disappeared, but instead we have the lovely Cassidy, and I'm going to let Courtney introduce herself.
Hello, I am Daenerys Targaryen, mother of dragons, breaker of chains, and queen of the Seven Kingdoms, and also Khaleesi. I will never introduce myself as that again, and you know what, guys? This wig,
No, okay.
it's too much. This is like, it hurts, it itches. That is what Halloween is about. Cheap wigs that make your head itch. I mean, seriously, this is what I do for candy, guys. That sounded so
Well,
inappropriate.
I am a ram in the sand. Actually, I'm just a beach bum. I've been feeling like a bum, so I figured I'd make it beachy. And I'm not going to take my costume off because that would be illegal. So we are going to talk about, no one wants to see that, but we are going to talk about our favorite Halloween episodes, our favorite like childhood Halloween movies. I don't know, I'm pretty excited. We're going to see like where this goes.
Yeah. Basically, this is a Halloween episode, so get your pumpkin spice lattes ready and your bowl of M&Ms, and let's do this.
Sit down, relax, and enjoy our rants and our praises.
I put a spell on you. And now you're mine. You can't stop the things I do. I ain't lying.
No! Don't listen to him!
Been 300 years, right down to the day.
And we're back with our TV segment. We are going to be discussing just like our favorite Halloween TV episodes, and like we're going old school on this just because
We are children of the 90s.
yes, and
So,
that's
and early 2000s.
that was like the peak of TV specials. So we're
Yeah.
not going to talk about the downfall. Anybody want to like start with their favorite ones?
For me personally, some of my favorite episodes of like any TV show, even when I start a new TV show, is if I see if they have a Halloween episode or like a Christmas
Yes.
episode. I get so excited. One episode that comes to mind is a very famous show that is very Halloween-esque is Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which is one of my favorite shows ever. I mean, the show itself is perfect for Halloween. It's about vampires and the occult and demons and all this stuff, but there's one Halloween episode, I believe season 3, where it's a really cool concept where a spell is put on the town of, I can't think of the name right now. That's really bad, because it's very famous, but the town where Buffy lives, where everyone who's wearing a costume becomes what that costume is. So for example, Buffy, who is a very like strong, independent woman, she happens to be wearing a 18th century gentlewoman costume to impress her love interest at the time, Angel. So she becomes a damsel in distress. And I believe someone is wearing a werewolf costume and they become a werewolf. It's a really cool thing because they have to figure out like how do we stop this when everyone is not themselves. So that's one that really sticks out for me. How about you guys?
What's your favorite?
I like Twitches.
Oh my god.
It's like the Disney Channel original movie. Tina and Samara. They made a lot of good movies, I think.
They
Sister,
did.
sister?
Yes.
Sister.
Just,
They need to bring that back.
yes.
But not like, they just need to start showing the episodes again. Not
Yes,
just,
I don't want a remake of that one. I
No.
want like the old school ones.
No, I want the old stuff
Yeah.
too.
I'm gonna go back like old school, like Disney Channel, like Lizzie McGuire. I mean, even like Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
Yes, I remember
and
that one.
Hannah Montana, like That's So Raven. I just remember one like with That's So Raven, like I think she turned into a cow.
Yeah.
Like her Halloween
Yes.
costume was a cow, and like she like
Yeah.
turned into it. I don't know. Like those are the ones like I wish that they would re-show those, and like sometimes they will.
Yeah, but
But-
at like 3 a.m.
Yes, and I'm not up at that time, and if I am, I'm pretending to do homework.
Yeah.
So
I remember the Lizzie McGuire Halloween episode. I think I was 7 or 8 when that one first aired, and I was terrified. Like I could, and watching it now, it's so stupid. Like, but I remember watching that episode. I couldn't finish it, and I remember like that it was because every new episode aired on a Friday night. If you guys remember that?
Yes.
So it was a Friday night, and then I remember going to school on Monday, and everyone was talking about this episode, and they're like, "Can you believe Lizzie McGuire this week?" And I was the odd one out because I chickened out, guys. Like I got
you dropped
scared.
the ball on that
I
one,
really
Courtney.
dropped the ball on
you
that
really
one.
did. I thoroughly enjoy when they bring back like the Peanuts
Yes.
And then like they bring up, Charlie Brown and the Great Pumpkin.
Great Pumpkin is so
That's just something that never gets
classic.
old.
It really doesn't. But
And I enjoy, like, they even have, you were talking about, like, Toy Story
Yeah,
has
they have
like a
really
30-minute
nice
special. Yeah. I don't know. I like it, like, when they bring back characters that you already know.
right.
Yeah.
And then, like, I feel like that's the great thing about TV, like, specials is that it shows
once
that
a
you,
year,
yeah,
so
it
it's
shows you
special.
watch, and, like, you already know the characters, so, like, it's just, like, it puts them in different situations. I don't know.
I feel like all this stuff, like, that's on TV right now, it just really makes me feel like when I'm stressed, I love to turn on ABC Family and see that, like, Hocus Pocus is on.
Yes.
Or Casper, because it brings me back to a time when I didn't have to worry about all this stuff, where I could just sit
No.
down and enjoy Casper or
Come home from
Twitches
school,
or whatever.
have your snack. You had, like, 2 sheets of homework.
Yeah.
You can watch your movie or your 30-minute TV
peace.
show in
In
peace,
peace.
and then, like, study your spelling words and, like, do your math facts. And that was what life was.
Exactly.
And that's when I watch these things. I'm not like, I'm graduating, I have to get a job.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, I just have 2 sheets of homework and a bowl of popcorn.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we should talk about movies.
Yes.
All right, I have to bring up the one that everyone loves, Hocus Pocus. This movie,
We just need to take a
never
moment.
gets old. Yeah,
Take a moment because
and just praise this movie.
Ho-
This was another one that when I was little, I was terrified of Hocus Pocus. I remember, I don't even think I was in school yet. I was 4 or 5, and I remember watching that opening scene where they take Emily Binks and they suck her soul out and just being like
terrified.
I couldn't sleep that night.
Another one that I remember being really scared of, I was a very big, like, Mary-Kate and Ashley. Like, I watched all their specials.
Yes, me too.
The Halloween one, I remember being like, oh my God, they're just gone.
Which one was that?
I don't remember the plot, I just remember being terrified.
scary, yeah,
It
I
was
remember that
scary,
too.
and, like, you're watching this, and, like, you're thinking, like, oh my God, I'm gonna go trick-or-treating, and this is gonna happen to me.
Yeah.
Like,
I
okay.
remember watching Hocus Pocus. I vividly remember this. I was older and I was 10 and it didn't scare me. I remember my parents were out that night and we had a babysitter, and so we watched it because it was on TV because it was this time of year, and I remember going up to my room to go to bed and just being like, okay,
I know it's a movie.
Like, because there's that scene that still scares the crap out of me is when Sarah Jessica Parker pops out of the closet and goes, trick or treat! So I checked my closet to make sure Sarah Jessica Parker wasn't hiding in there, because I was like, I wasn't scared, but I was like, yeah, I'm fine, I'm cool. I'm like 10 years old now, but I was terrified still.
I mean, I check my closet on a good day.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, me too.
I'm like, okay, I'm going to bed. Like, if you're
Shower.
gonna come out, like, can you do all the lights are on? Because,
Yeah.
like, I really cannot deal with another
Yeah.
panic, attack today.
Another one that I love now as an adult that gave me a little bit of the creeps as a kid is Casper. This movie, like, I watch this movie and I feel an emotional connection. I don't have a life, all right? So it was on the other day.
I think we
and-
can all just relate to that statement.
Yeah.
I don't have a life, but
And I remember loving it as a kid. Like, I wanted Casper to be real. Like, I wanted to be his friend. But I remember being so scared of the 3 uncles because they just were like, they were mean. And I remember the scene where the dad, Bill Pullman or Bill Paxton, I always get them mixed up. He's in the bathroom and they like go in his body and they make his face change
Yes.
to like to Mel Gibson and Clint Eastwood, but then it's like this terrifying skull, and I remember being so scared of that. And like,
my favorite part of that movie is when they find like the dad's secret invention,
Yeah.
and it's like how to get ready for the day, and like it's like the
Yes.
chair, and like it's like a roller coaster.
yeah.
I might have searched my house for one.
I remember.
I did. I looked in like nooks and crannies.
Yeah.
I like pieces of wood. I was like, that can move like,
Yeah.
maybe behind here. No, Barrica, that's the foundation. That's not a secret room. Like, that was my favorite part. Still.
I also remember, even as a kid, and I remember reenacting this by myself. The part where, if you haven't seen this movie yet, like, I'm not giving a spoiler warning because this movie's been around forever, but the part where Casper gets turned into a human for like an hour, and then he and Christina Ricci's character, Kat, like dance at the Halloween dance.
Yes!
When I was a kid, Whenever I watched that movie, I would like reenact that. I would pretend I was slow dancing with a
Okay,
ghost.
Man Crush Monday. Casper.
Last year, I remember watching Casper, and I tweeted, "If you didn't have a crush on human Casper, then you're a liar."
You are.
He was so cute, and even like Ghost Casper. All right, this is getting too like.
Okay.
People are gonna think I'm weird.
I'm gonna bounce it over
yeah,
to you.
you please.
What
stop.
was one of your, or like, what is one of your like all-time favorite Halloween movies?
I really like the Tim Burton films.
Oh my God, yes.
He puts a nice spin on it.
Yeah.
Great choice.
What do you
Nice
have one in
spin.
particular?
Isn't The Nightmare Before Christmas?
Yes.
I think that's like the most classic Halloween, but it like balances between the two, so it's nice. I don't know, I really like it.
I also really like Corpse Bride. Corpse Bride is such like a beautiful film. Like you might see it. I remember when it came out, I saw it in theaters, and I remember my mom going, "This looks so weird and creepy." But I remember seeing it. I think I was about 10 or 11, and I fell in love. And I watch it now, and I think it's just such a beautiful. It's a children's film. It's not, you know, it's not like a Tim Burton. It's not like an Edward Scissorhands or a Sleepy Hollow where it's gory or anything.
Yeah, there's
but
like a backstory behind
Yeah,
it.
but
and
it's still, I feel like it has
simple.
dark themes.
Oh, it's
in
very
a way.
dark. It's very dark.
Yeah, but it's like, we were talking about it before, like, a lot of these children's movies, they can't have the gore.
No, they
So
can't.
they, like, play
pull
on
yeah.
suspense, and they play more on, like, the emotional
Yeah.
standpoint than, like, here's a bunch of blood, be scared.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, you don't know what's behind. Like, you don't know what happened. I think we cannot finish this segment without talking about Halloween Town.
Not the fourth one.
No. That does not exist.
That one does not exist.
in this realm. Or
Oh, this realm.
in this realm. But I don't know, those are the ones like Hocus Pocus
Yeah.
and Halloween Town, like when it just
I think they started it. Like
They really did.
They started like Hocus Pocus to a point, but I feel like it was Halloween Town because you knew that
Because
every
Disney Channel,
every
October
Halloween,
1st, would start showing Halloween Town.
and you would be able to watch it like 17 times before Halloween.
I remember, I was a scaredy cat as a kid. I remember not being able to watch the second Halloween Town when it came out because Calabar scared me so much.
It's a pretty scary dude.
He is scary, but we also cannot, we can't leave out one of my absolute favorite series of films, the Addams Family films, the ones with Angelica Houston and Christina Ricci. Perfection, like especially the Addams Family's Values. I love that movie. Like I could watch that every day and not get bored. Perfect. Like
There's just so many great Halloween
know.
movies, so I think that we're gonna close this episode off.
because it will be 2 hours long.
Pick one of your favorites, turn us off, and turn that on with your popcorn and your 2 sheets of homework.
Yeah.
And on that note, we will see you next week. Have a great Halloween and watch your favorite movies while they're still out.
Check your closet for Sarah Jessica Parker
Yeah,
too.
she might be there, you never
She
know.
might be there.
Dr. Mash,